Mm, Okay. Oh, good. Good, 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 good. I think it's all good. Hi. Ah, and to YouTube. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. Um, ah, second. Okay. Uh, 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Um, I'm just gonna hum until everybody comes, and then we'll start. Day, 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 yay, day, 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 day. Day, 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 day. Day, 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 day. Day, 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 day. Day, 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 day. Day, 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 day. Day, 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 day. Day, day, day. Day, 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 day. 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 Day, 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 day. Day, 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 day. Day, 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 day. Day, 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 day. Day, 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 day. Day, 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 day. Day, 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 day. Day, 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 day. Day, 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 day. Okay, so I'm gonna start. And Michelle, good thing you're here. Good thing you're here. Good thing you're here. And I have a whole file on Cheshvan and a whole file on Vayera because it's Shlomo's Yortzeit. And wow, 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 wow. It's 30 years. And the Kol Chevra came out. I packaged you up, one package, Michelle, and God willing, I'll be able to send them all out. And it's going on Amazon also. And I always say a few names. Sarah Leah, Mazel Tov, Basvega Manja should feel good and come to Yerushalayim and we'll dance together. Please, God, please, God. And we need a miracle for Chaim Aiden Shalom ben Alta Braina Bas Rivka Bina. And please, God, please, you're doing so many miracles, God, but we need even more. And please, please, please bring all the hostages home. Please, 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 please. And wow, 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 wow. I have a granddaughter's husband, Dror Nechemia ben Adasa Miriam. He should be protected with all the chayalim, everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. And there's Franny. Franny, thank you so much for coming. Franny, I don't know what we'd do without you, Franny. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. And so I was just saying just that it's 30 years and wow, wow. You know, for half a year I do this called Chevra, and I'm just so happy that it's done. Even if I made mistakes, it's done. Thank you, God. And now I can just sit at the computer and transcribe Shlomo again. And I picked up on tapes from 50 years ago, 50 years ago. And in the 70s, when I first came to Israel, oh my God, a long time ago, a long time ago. And Shlomo was saying that Shahakol bara lichvado, that the whole world was created for God's honor. And God doesn't need honor, but I'll tell you, for us to exist in the world, we mamish have to, oh, there's for any little kids, Ayahuvi, okay. We need to give honor to each other, to fill the world with God's honor. What we need to do is give honor to each other. And there's nothing sweeter than covet. And oy vey, and there's nothing more bitter when there isn't covet, when people aren't giving covet to each other. Oy vavoy, oy, 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 oy. When there's covet between people, Kadosh Baruch Hu is there. You feel that God is mamish. You feel God. You feel God. And loving sometimes isn't enough. We have to mamish give each other honor, give each other honor. And it was like the Egel HaZahav, the golden calf. We weren't giving any cover to Kadosh Baruch Hu. Oy vavoy. And the Meraglim, they weren't giving cover to the Holy Land. Ay, 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 ay. This is Melech HaKavod, Ananei HaKavod, the clouds of glory. We were sitting, we couldn't get out of the sukkah. We were mamish in the sukkah at Sapporo. Thank God you're here. I mamish gave your package to somebody today, the first person going to LA. God, but she's gonna mail it. God willing, God willing, God willing. And wow, we need to when we give cover to each other, we're bringing God's divine light to fill the whole world. We're revealing divine light between each other. I have to tell you, you have to read Reb Zusha from the Moshav. Reb Zusha Fruman wrote the most beautiful Torah, beautiful story that he learned from Shlomo. He would like just wherever he would go, like even on beaches, and he'd see people. He'd say, hello, can I share with you? Can I sit down with you? Maybe a person wants to be alone, but most people want to share, want company, don't want to be lonely. And he said that when people share, you mamish feel God in the world. You feel God in the world. I guess that's why all the Shlomo Chevra, why wherever we go and we find each other, we love each other so much, because that's what Shlomo taught us. When we find each other, we're sharing the deepest depths of our neshamas, of our souls. We're filling we're filling the world with God's light. That's what we're doing. And yeah, when we give cover to somebody, you're making them more. We're making them more. Whatever potential they have, when we give them cover, we're believing in them, we're giving them more. And there's this or hamakif, there's an or hapnimi, this light inside, and then this surrounding light, or hamakif. And so when you give a person cover, you're illuminating, giving them more light, giving them more light. Wow, wow. And wow, this Noam Elyon. Oh, that's a good name also. Noam Elyon. Heavenly sweetness. We want to bring heavenly sweetness down to the world. Heavenly sweetness down to the world. And well, there were all these stories that I wrote in this transcription, but I don't have the stories all written down. So we're gonna have to share stories. At the end, we'll definitely share some stories. I just remember one story that I experienced that we had already left the Moshav and lived in Yerushalayim, and my Yachad, now he's 48 years old. So he was a little guy. He was going to Cheder. He was going to Cheder with little people. And he came home like on Friday and he said, I'm not going to Cheder anymore. Like, why? What happened? He said, the kids weren't nice. They're fighting and they were fighting with me. He just was not going to Cheder anymore. And wow, but we were going to the Moshav that Shabbos Shlomo was going to be there. And so we went for Shabbos, and I was a little bit worried what's going to be with my Yachad and Cheder. Is that it? Not going to Cheder anymore? And what do we do? And I remember that Motzei Shabbos, there was a Malava Malka, and I told Shlomo what happened, and that Yachad didn't want to go back to Cheder. And he closed his eyes and he looked up to heaven. And I don't know what he did. I don't know what he did. But all I know is that Sunday morning, the Minahel of the Cheder called me up and he said, you tell Yachad to come to Cheder that there were boys that were fighting and we're not letting them come. And make sure that your kid comes to Cheder. We're waiting for him. And I was like, what did Shlomo do in Shemayim? Like, how did he do that? How did that all happen? And I'm sure it happened many, many times. I'm sure it happened many times. It's just a little tiny thing that I remembered that I said, wow, wow. And yeah, thank God, thank God. So Yachad went back to Cheder and wow, he got married, had a whole bunch of kids, and married off two of them and has grandchildren. And just to share simchas, because this world, it's very, very, the news is so difficult. And wow, all over the world, like what's going on? What is going on all over the world? So what we have to do is share our simchas. This is how we have to fight all the evil in the world. We have to share our simchas. So my twin girls up in the Golan, they should all be safe wherever they are. They should all be safe. So they both had babies. They were both pregnant the whole time, and both had babies, a little Chefziba and a little boy named Mevasser. And Mevasser is Eliyahu Navi, who's going to announce the Mashiach. So these two babies, the mothers get together and they are just nursing their babies together. Oh my God. Oh my God. I am sure that they're changing things up in heaven, changing things up in heaven. And I should see if they came. My daughter did say that no, they didn't come yet. Okay. And wow. So this whole, I said it every time, but now it's really the Akeda at the end of this parsha. It's really happening. Amram Avinu was asked to sacrifice his one son that he's been davening for his whole life, and he finally gets a son. It's amazing, amazing. And so you would think that, oh my, how could he do it? How could he pass this test? How could he take his son and listen to God and go say, but not only is he ready to go with this test and be and just do what God says, he's doing it with simcha and he's getting up early in the morning and he's running and he's mamish, he's doing it, he's doing it. And wow. And so he's doing it for simcha. Because it says when we're not besimcha, we might not hear God's voice and we might not hear what God is really telling us. So God was testing Avram. And then he says, no, don't kill your son. Don't kill your son. Sacrifice the ram. And we get, that's why we have a shofar on Rosh Hashanah, because we remember Akedas Yitzchak. But it's really, really hard to mamish, like, be b'simcha when you're being challenged with the hardest things in the world. And so I bless everybody, everybody with a refuah shlema, anybody who's in pain. You know, it says that God visits somebody that's sick and who's in pain. And that's exactly what happened, is that Avram Avinu, it was the third day after the Brit Milah, and so God wanted to have Rachmanis on him. He makes it a really hot day so no one will go visit him. But what happened? Avram Avinu's freaking out because he wants to have guests. How can I not have guests? Please, where are the guests? And he's, please, send me the guests. And so the malachim came, the angels come. Wow. So it says the guest is an oreach, an or and chet. And so the guest that comes is bringing light to your home. And I'm blessing everybody with good Shabbos guests, and everybody should have the best Shabbos, because it's going to be the Shabbos before the Yortzeit, goes right into the Yortzeit, and Parshas Vayera is always the Parsha of the Yortzeit. And Shlomo always says that it's earth-shattering. Whatever happens in every parsha, it's earth-shattering. And he says, when the malachim were asking, where is Sarah? And he said, Ba'ohel, in the tent. And what was he really saying? He's saying that she's so holy. She's so holy. The Ohel is like the Kodesh Kedoshim, the Holy of Holies. Sarah's already there. Sarah's in the Holy of Holies. Sarah's in the Holy of Holies. And I'm so sorry. Please forgive me, Franny, that I didn't send pictures of the Kotel, because I had to proofread that Kol Chevra 1,000,000 times, and then I proofread it one more time, found another 50 little mistakes, and I had to keep doing it over and over again. I gave it to other people to do too, but I guess I should get the prize in finding the most mistakes. So I didn't make it to the Kotel, but I went on Shabbos, and I went to the Kodesh Kedoshim, and I said everybody's names, and I took you all with me. I took you all with me. Okay, one second. I'm gonna make a bracha and drink a little bit. And 1 second. Yeah, you open it. You're so yay. Okay. Bracha Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam shehakol niyeh b'torah.
Amen.
Baruch Hashem. And so this was a great transcription. It was Aryeh Coopersmith from the House Love and Prayer. He had lots of tapes. And I don't know how many years ago we went to Berkeley and San Francisco, and we met this Aryeh, and he gave us all his tapes to have digitized. And this was Dafka from Parshas Vayera. And Oy, Gewalt, Sarah. I mean, Chavala is she's eaten from the Eitz Hadas. And as soon as she tasted from the Eitz Hadas, she knew, we were almost able to live forever, but I'm not gonna be able to live forever. I'm gonna die. And she doesn't know what to do. She's crying. She says to Adam, please, but I don't want to die alone. When you love someone, so Shlomo says, when you really love someone, you want to keep them alive. Adam ate from the Eitz Hadas too. But we have to love people so much. I won't let you die. And so then he said from Rabbi Nachman, there's this whole Torah. The foundation of the world is tamimus, wholeness, and peshitus. Peshitut is simplicity, but it's not being like simple, but like in such a pure way, And he said, holy is one thing, and wholeness is even deeper. So he said, whatever we do, every word, every thought, every action, we have to do with the whole of us, with every drop of blood in us, with every muscle, with every bone, with mamish to do it, and with our whole soul and with our whole heart, with everything, our whole wholeness, we do it with. And it's really true. Like when you do mitzvahs, like just tzedakah, when we go down to the kotel and we give to each person, and you go at the same time, like mincha time, or if you go shachar, whatever time it is, and then you get to know all the people that are waiting for you to come and give them tzedakah. And we talk with each one, and we know their names. There's Ephraim and Binyamin and Naphtali, and wow. So if we do it, everything b'simcha, and everything with our wholeness, with our completeness, wow. It says, and Leah Sand wrote this in one of the articles too. Shlomo says that sometimes you come to the world to do this one mitzvah, but we don't know which mitzvah it is, and we don't know when we're going to do it, and there's like an alarm that goes off, and we can't miss doing it. And so Leah wrote, she said, yeah, I don't want to sleep through the alarm. So she hardly sleeps at all. I don't sleep too much either. And wow. Yeah, but we have to bless each other that even if we don't sleep enough, that we don't get sick, that we stay healthy. We need to stay healthy. Okay. And yeah, and sometimes God gives us certain mitzvahs that are so like tailored for us. It's exactly what we need. That's exactly what we need to do right this minute. Sometimes we don't do it. Sometimes we say, oh, I don't have koyach. I can't do it. And we miss out. But don't feel bad, because when we don't do a mitzvah that we're supposed to do, God's going to give it to us again. So don't worry, God's going to give it to us. And, I knew that Shlomo told this Torah, and I told it over also. I'm sure you've heard me say it a million times, that there was this one chassid, and he's very close with his father-in-law. And then all of a sudden, his father-in-law is very frum. His father-in-law is not davening. He's not davening. Well, he doesn't go to Shachris anymore. So the son-in-law is like freaking out. He doesn't know what to do. He goes to his Rebbe, and he says, I don't want to say anything bad, but what do I do for my father-in-law? He said, no, maybe he's davening in another shul, and you don't know where he is, and I'm sure he's davening. Check it out. Just, like maybe follow him, and you'll see he's going somewhere else. So this chassid, the son-in-law, is following his father-in-law all morning long. He goes back to his Rebbe, and he said, my father-in-law is really not davening, and I don't know why, and I don't want to approach him. Who am I to? He said, tell him to come see me. So the Rebbe says to his chassid, what's going on? Why aren't you davening? He says, listen, you're supposed to do every mitzvah with kavanah. And I don't have kavanah. And so why? I want to be emistic. So how can I daven? How can I daven if I know I'm not going to have kavanah? I can't daven. I can't. So it's so funny. This Rav Wiederman tells over the story that the Rebbe tells the chassid exactly what I heard from Shlomo. And I said, wow, I never heard it from anybody else. Where is this from? And then at the end of the Devar Torah, this one says it, and this one says it. I have to listen to it again and write down all the Rebbe's and say it. But this is what the Rebbe told him. He said, it's true, you're supposed to do every mitzvah with kavanah, But if you don't have kavana, after you daven, so God, Hashem marks it down. It's a big FS, it's a 0, and it's in his book, okay? You've got a 0. But you've heard this, I said it a million times, you never heard it. So oy vavoy, day after day after day, your mamish like collecting all those F's in a line, and F's after F's, 0, 0, 0. But then, oy vey, someone got sick, someone got hurt, someone needs help, and your mamish davening. You're finally davening, and God puts the 1 in front of all the zeros. So it's like $1 million, $1 trillion, zillion. It's mamish, like amazing. It's amazing. So the chassid says, the Rebbe says to the chassid, don't worry. Don't worry about all the emphasis, because there's going to be a time when you do have kavanah. And so just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. Keep going. Wow, wow, wow. So I'm blessing me and you and all of us. We should do everything with wholeness and with completeness. Well, we should have healthy children and give our children cover. Wow, wow. And I just can't stop thinking also about this one Torah that Shlomo gave over, that don't remind somebody all their mistakes. A person who makes mistakes, he knows all the mistakes he's made. And who are we to remind somebody else? It's not just not no shaykhs to it. There's no meaning to it. It's not going to help the world. And yeah, we can pray when we see someone making a mistake, and we can't really tell them to stop. That's a good time to really daven for somebody else. Wow, 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 wow. So also blessing, honor between husbands and wives, honor between neighbors, and because it's the roots of the world. This honor is the roots of the world. It's the roots of every mitzvah. And Shlomo says also that there's a special kind of different honors in each city, different honor, different covered. Every animal even has a different covered, a different honor. Every country. And I don't know, I put this here also. It says that we have to be so careful not to yell at anybody, not to yell at anybody. Wow, wow, blessing you and me with so much patience, with so much compassion, with so much compassion. Wow. Yeah, I did it, yeah. Okay. And wow. So it says Vayera alav Hashem, but God came to Avram. But what did he reveal? What did he reveal? So there's all these different perushim, that it was the Torah Shabbal Peh, it's the inside Torah. And God reveals that we have to really believe in God, that we have to believe in God every minute. And wow, 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 wow. So it says that when you say Shema in the morning, that it gives us belief for the whole day. No matter what happens the whole day, if we said that Shema in the morning, it takes care of us the whole day. And at night, if we say Shema at night, God willing, it's going to take care of us, guard us the whole night, guard us the whole night. And so it says also, Vayar et hamakom merachok, they see the place from far away. And so for those who are in Chutz La'aretz, just know that God doesn't take his eyes off from Yerushalayim. And whenever you're davening, that's why you face Eretz Yisrael. We face here inside, we face Yerushalayim. and just know that you're connected all the time. You mamish connect yourself all the time. Connect yourself all the time. Wow, 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 wow. So that every Shabbos, I'll tell you, last week I made a whole big chicken soup, and me and my husband don't even eat chicken soup. But I made a whole big chicken soup. So I had to make, and Sharia wasn't coming for Shabbos, and he's the one who likes the chicken soup. And I just davened, oh, somebody better come and eat the chicken soup because, and so my kids came because we were trying to figure out what we could do for my daughter-in-law who just had her third little boy in a row, and it's not so simple, and she needs to get away for Shabbos, and I have a little house, and I don't mind if they fill up the house, but the little kids, wow, it's a little bit too much for the mother, the little kids making a balagan everywhere, and so a miracle happened that right before Shabbos, there was an apartment that was supposed to be taking care of a family from Gaza, but instead of them coming, they went to have a baby that night. Right? They mamish went to the hospital to have a baby, and the apartment was empty. So my kids came, and we had every meal together, and we had fun, and we sang and told stories, and they ate the chicken soup. And so it says that Shabbos has to be so strong. It's like for all generations. Mamish, it's not just this one Shabbos we're having, but it's a Shabbos mamish for until Mashiach is coming. It has to be the strongest, like nuclear power, mamish, like really strong, really, really strong. Really, really strong. Then I see that I had this note that said that when you do a mitzvah and you want to do it completely with wholeness, simplicity, don't ever regret doing a mitzvah. Like it sometimes it happens that you do something for somebody and then, oh, I bet you regret it. Don't ever regret it. Don't regret it. Maybe you saved somebody's life. So don't regret it. Don't regret it. Don't regret it. And wow, wow, wow. This is very beautiful. When our Holy Mother Sarala, when she had Yitzchak, says that all the women in the world who wanted babies, they mamish all got pregnant. Everybody was having babies. Sarala brought into the world. Wow, if you daven for something enough, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. So whatever anybody needs, whatever, it's a ben zivug, if it's parnasa, if it's health, if it's whatever it is, let's daven for each other and bring it down from heaven, bring it down from heaven. And when you daven for children, wow, we have to daven. Like it said that Avram and Sarah, they weren't just davening for a child, they were davening for Yitzchak Avinu. They mamish were davening for Yitzchak to come into the world. And when a child comes into the world that has been davened for so long, with so much longing and such a long time, when they finally come into, that's why it says Yitzchak was laughter, because he was loved so much even before he came into the world. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, so I'm blessing all of us. Okay. And it says, okay, so I'll just tell you a few things about Eretz Israel, that it's like we touch the infinite. There's this infiniteness, and we're touching it. We have a taste of it, having a taste of it all the time, having a taste of this. I'll tell you, I just said the other day, I went with my husband, we went to the town, and I was thinking, wow, I hope we meet people that we haven't seen in a long time. And right before we had to just check, we were going to to a doctor for eitzot, for advice. And when we were leaving, so Ruvain was sitting near somebody. He was waiting for me, and then he was sitting near somebody who said, Ruvain, Emunah. I was like, and then I realized it was someone that we hadn't seen for so long, for mamish, like years and years and years. It was like, wow. I said, how did that happen? I was just thinking right this minute that I want to meet people that I haven't seen in a long time in Tony. He lived here in the Rova, he had the Makolet, and he was best friends with Yael and Micha Tauman, Zichrona Livracha, Zichrona. It was just like, wow. And then right before we got home, and I had to walk the dog. So I go out again, I'm walking the dog, and there's this lady that said, are you Emunah? And I said, who are you? And she said, she told me her name, and I knew her. I knew her a good 20 years ago. I once took care of somebody, Elisheva Chana, Zifrona Livracha. It was like when I was started to be a mitapelet and take care of people. And Elisheva Chana lived in Neve Yaakov. And Neve Yaakov is a very frum place. They're tzaddikim. Everybody's a tzaddik there because they all are doing mitzvahs morning, noon, and night, but everyone does it secretly. No one tells anybody else. No one, like, it was just amazing because all the women of Neve Yaakov were helping to take care of Elisha Vachana. It was like I was with her the last 11 months of her life, and everybody came to visit her, to give her a little more simcha, with presents, with food. She hired me because the day before I got fired from my job, because those were the days before I met Ruvain, and I didn't ever drink coffee, and it was a night job. So by the time I was like from midnight till 7 in the morning, and by 7 in the morning, I always would fall asleep. So I got fired. Now I drink coffee. I could have stayed up even longer, but never mind. I wasn't supposed to have that job anymore because the next day this Elisha Vachana called me up and she said, I'm sick and people make me food, but I can't even get up to the refrigerator to get it. And so she needed a mitapelet. And out of all the people of Yerushalayim, I don't know how is it that she had called me, but I was with her for those 11 months. And so you have to know that God knows exactly what you need to do. That it was really a fun job at night. It was really fun. I was doing fundraising. It was really, really fun. Then I'm calling you from Yerushalayim. It was just very fun. I really liked it. I really had a good time. But
Emunah,
okay.
I think you were gonna say who you ran into. It was
Oh, good,
connected
good,
to
good.
that
Thank you.
story.
Thank you. So I met this
Sorry,
lady,
I'm curious.
and she was one of the ladies that came to visit the Elisha Chana. And we just started talking. It was from 20 years ago. And then she told me that she's going to Simchat Shlomo. And she told me that it's going to be that she knew that it was Shlomo's yurtzeit. Even though she comes from a very Litvish, her family's Litvish, she needed a chassidus, you know, chassidus in her life. And I mamish, I had the Kol Chevra had just came out hot off the press. She got one of the first copies, and it was just wild because I really said, God, let me meet people that I haven't seen in a long time, make connections. And it was really, there's a God in the world. There is a God in the world. There's a God in the world. And we have to like really be we have to be ready. We have to be ready. We have to be ready for all the miracles that God wants to send us. We have to be ready for them. We have to be ready for them. Shlomo always says this. He says, how do you know you love God more? The more you love the people that you're meeting, the people that you live with, people that that you're connected with, the more you love each person. So you love God more. That's how you know that you love God more, when you love all the people in your life. So this is a very beautiful Torah, that when someone leaves, you're standing by the door. Actually, you're supposed to walk them out even a few steps. And you watch a person leave until you can't see them anymore. And yeah, it's a very special mitzvah. It's a very special mitzvah that you keep giving brachas to the person that you were just with, that had been in your home, and you walk him to the door and you keep blessing him until you can't see him anymore. Wow, wow. So cheshvan is fragrance, and there was the Mabul and the whole, there was the floods and water, but then there's this amazing fragrance, amazing fragrance. And the very first prayer that Avram prayed was for stone. He was praying for stone because he saw the light of Mashiach. He mamish saw the light of Mashiach coming down. He saw that Ruth was from Lot, and David HaMelech comes from Ruth and Mamish Mashiach, and he saw all this light coming out from stone, all this light. And so the first prayer, the very first prayer, is really bringing Mashiach, really bringing Mashiach. Oh, how do we do it? How do we do it? How do we do it? Okay, I have to tell Leah that I'm quoting her left and right. Leah said, she's my chavrusa. So she said also, when Mashiach does come, and he wants to get to this, he's asking everybody, who are you? Yankala. Oh, Yankala. Very nice to meet you, Yankala. And then he asks the next person, and who are you? Moishala. Ah, Moishala. Because of you, Moishala, I mamish came a little bit quicker. I came a little bit quicker. So we have to, whatever we do in our lives, we have to keep in mind that we want the Mashiach to come a little bit quicker. So we have to tell each other good words. We have to share the simchas. We have to share the holy teachings that we're learning every minute, and share the depths of our neshamas. And so it says also that so this is what I wanted to tell you before, that when Avram Avinu was in pain, so God came to visit him with these malachim. And it says that when you visit somebody who's sick, when you visit somebody who is sick, that you feel the divine presence over their head. And that's exactly what Shlomo was giving over now, is that God is visiting the sick person. So when you go to visit a sick person, you feel God's presence right there. You mamash are feeling God's presence right there. And wow. It says between heaven and earth, there's one point, there's one little point where heaven and earth kiss, and where our minds and our hearts also meet together. And when two people meet and they're connecting those points that the nikudah inside, that's so pure and mamish, like the God that's inside me and the God that's inside you, and we're connecting. So this is the secret. This is the secret. The secret of connecting, the secret of connecting. So maybe you heard the story also in Skirnovitz. Skirnovitz, it's a story from Reb Mendel of Vorker, that there was there was a girl. There weren't so many Jews there. I don't know what happened. There was this sweet girl, sweet Jewish girl, who was going to marry a non-Jew, and she She was in a convent before she was going to marry him. And Reb Mendel of Vorka, Mama sends this Reb Shimon from Skirnovitz. He sends him, he said, I'm writing this letter, and you have to give this letter to this girl that's in the convent, and don't leave until she leaves the convent. You wait there, you stay there. So this Reb Shimon Mamish got the message. He sent her this note that he's not leaving. He's not leaving until she comes out to talk to him. And he's mamish waiting there a day, 2 days, 3 days. He's mamish waiting and waiting and waiting for her to come. And then she finally comes. She comes out of the convent and she's crying. And he said, so how is it that you really came out? She said, I knew you weren't going to leave. You weren't going to leave until I came out. You weren't going to leave until I came out. And yeah, she left the convent and she didn't marry the non-Jew, and it had a good end to the story. And wow, 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 wow. I'll tell you another story. I'll tell you another story. The Messenger Magid, he didn't feel so good. And his so Zusha, Reb Zusha was like the gabbai, was the gabbai, and he wanted to protect the Rebbe, the Messenger. He wanted to protect him. He didn't want people to bother him, and for sure, he sees this guy that comes, and he knows that this is somebody who's done a lot of Averas, and he doesn't want the Rebbe, the Messenger Maggid, who doesn't feel good to be bothered with this guy who's done so many Averas. He doesn't want him to come. He doesn't let him in to see the Rebbe. And the Messenger Maggid, he opens up the door and he says, "What's going on here? What's going on here?" And Reb Zusha said, "No, I didn't want you to be bothered." He said, "No, no, I want to see this person. I'm waiting for this person to come and talk to me." And so this person goes and talks to him, and he comes out shining. Comes out shining. No one would know that he ever did an Aveira in his life. His mama shining. And the Messenger Maggid says to blesses Reb Zusha. He says you have to have different eyes. You have to have eyes that sees all the good, sees all the good. Don't look at someone's Averas. To bring out their light. And from then on, Reb Zusha, he was a different person. Mama saw all the light. Oh, is that Roberta? Oh
It
my
is.
God. But Sheva Freidel, I didn't realize you the whole
But
rough.
my phone is
How,
dying though.
how are you feeling? How are you feeling? I've been
Uh,
davening for you. How are you feeling? Are you
it's
okay?
working. It's working. I'm starting to walk up and down steps now. I'm starting to walk outside like a normal, almost like a normal person.
Okay,
Two
okay.
crazy falls, but you know what? I've been through those before, so Hashem knows he's going to keep me going. But now my phone is going. With the battery of my phone is
I
going.
know. I
Uh,
like
I
I called you and said, "Are you up?" And you didn't answer. I said, "Roberta's Batsheva Freidel is always up. What happened to you?" But I'm glad. I'm glad that
the
you're
phone
here.
wasn't working. The phone wasn't working. That's what it is. I have to get a new battery. I knew something. I don't know what I need. I need something.
Oy vavoy.
I
So,
miss you so much. I miss you so
uh,
much. You're gonna
uh,
really laugh today. I was at the Queen's Farm. Someone came up to me and said, "I lived on 248th Street. Do you remember me from back in the old days?" And I said, "Maybe you remember my friends, the Isaacs from back then." She was jumping up and down. She told me her name, but I can't remember. But she said, "Oh, I knew everybody on the street. That was my street. I knew everybody."
wow,
She's
wow, wow,
67 now. Maybe you knew her too.
wow,
Isn't
wow,
that funny?
wow.
But I said, "Oh, I have to tell them for sure." The locals are still around, some of them, and they're
Wow,
hiding, but
wow. We're talking
they
about
were missing
seeing
you.
people that we haven't seen in such a long time. And I haven't seen you in so long. And
I
Oh,
know.
and your little article got into the Kol Hever. It got in,
Oh,
it got in, it got
thank
in.
you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. I can
yeah.
hardly wait to see that Kol Chevra. Can hardly wait to. Is someone bringing some for the your side here, or is not coming yet?
So it just came out, and I'm trying to mail them, and I'm gonna let you know it's gonna be on Amazon like within, I don't know, 72 hours. Yeah.
Wow.
Very
Wow.
exciting. Very,
Yeshikoach.
very,
Yeshikoach.
very.
Yeshikoach. What an amazing, amazing, amazing feat. You gave so much nafas to Reb Shlomo, especially on his 30th yard site. Oh my God. He's probably just dancing in Shemayim, watching all of us. That pepper of mine, they're down there doing amazing things every minute. God bless them all. God bless them all. Well,
Thank you so much. And we're davening for you. Everybody has said it's Batsheva, Fredel, Bas Rachel, that you should be dancing and coming back to Yerushalayim. We're all want to dance with you here. Dance with you here.
amen.
Okay, thank you for coming right now. And I see,
Very soon for all of us. Uh,
wow, wow, wow. And we'll ask everybody to give brachas and share simchas. And okay, so Michelle, you were the first one here tonight. Thank you. Thank you for being so devoted. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you're on. You're on. Yeah, yeah. And you know how to you remember how to unmute? Ah, yeah, yeah. We can't hear you yet. Okay. So she's working on it. She's working on it. But Saporala, you want to say something until you unmute until Michelle can do it.
Okay. Hi. Okay. I love that story you were saying about Yachad not going to Hader and Shlomo just rocking the worlds up there. I love that. I love that. Um, Also, it reminds me of my grandfather, Yonkel Ben Yosef. It's his yortzeit also on the same day as Reb Shlomo.
Whoa, whoa.
My grandpa, he died, I guess, 10 years earlier than Reb Shlomo. And the point is, my grandfather, he used to go around everywhere he was humming, singing niggins, but we were all so off the derech that we had no idea what was going on. And then when the first couple times that I went to the Happy Minion or to Stewie Wax's house for a Shabbos dinner, I'm like, these must have been the niggins that my grandfather was humming his whole life.
Wow.
Yeah, and so
Wow.
also I just wanted to ask you if when you're doing your transcription, if you ever see something from Beth Kodesh in Woodland Hills, let me know because I'm sure he must have been there. Beth Kodesh,
Okay, okay,
Woodland Hills, California. All right.
okay. Beth Kodesh.
Yeah.
Wow, wow. Okay, where in California is that?
Woodland Hills, like when he came to Los Angeles. It would have been
Okay,
like in a Los Angeles trip. Yeah.
okay,
All right.
okay.
God bless everybody. So good to see everybody.
Oh, you're beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Wow, wow, wow. And who else is here? Franny, Franny, Franny. Yeah, yeah. She's unmuting.
I I don't know. I can't get it. Oh, here, I'm back. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. I can't talk so much. You'll be sleeping. It's so
Okay.
good to see everyone and hear everyone, and it's just so good to be here. And good Shabbos,
Good
everyone.
Shabbos, sweetie pie. Love you. Love you. Love you so much. Love you so much. Wow. 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 And Toby's here too. Is Toby here? Toby's here. Okay, Toby.
Hello, good Shabbos, everybody. Good
Wow.
Shabbos.
Wow.
I didn't think I could make it today.
Oh,
David and I are at this wonderful healing workshop for 5 days.
wow.
And, it really, Jinshin Jitsu, it really reminds me of like the highest Torahs of Hasidus that Reb Shlomo taught us. And that you, Emunah, you're teaching us all the time. Like you meet a person and maybe they look like, really off, they look really off, but really every single human being is just a flower waiting to bloom. And the Schwarzer Wolf, David just said. And like the Medrash, it was the Medrash Magid, he was waiting for this person, and even Reb Zusha said no, like he's not okay, and he shouldn't be let in.
Right.
But every single person really needs to be let in. And that's, I think, what Parshas Vayera is all about, right? And Abraham Avinu is welcoming these, as Reb Shlomo would say, these dirty pagans, who worship the dust of their feet. And this is his Yartzeit Parsha, which is so amazing, right? Right? So amazing. And actually, next week, God willing, is my father's Yartzeit, his 11th Yartzeit, and I always feel so blessed that he really left the world within like 6 days of Reb Shlomo's Yartzeit. Not the same year, but his parsha is Chayei Sarah. But I always feel so good, like there's such a connection there. And my father, Oliver Shalom, was I was so connected to Yiddishkeit through my father and through his singing, his chazanas, and he loved Reb Shlomo's music. And my parents introduced me to Reb Shlomo when I was really little, like 6 years old, took me to a concert in Schenectady, New York, where my mother said and father said he danced on the on the podium where you read Torah.
Wow.
So that was like unbelievable, unheard of kind of thing. Anyway, he jumped up on it and was playing his guitar. So I got to see that when I was 6 years old.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. So I'm just so blessed. I'm so blessed to be here with Emunah and all of you, and Sipora reminding me every week to come. And thank you so much. So I just want to bless everybody that we, with that Reb Shlomo has Aliyat HaNeshama, and we all go up, not to complete Shemayim, but we all get lifted up this Shabbos. And his really neshama really just everybody realizes how great he is.
Amen.
And want to become great with whoever they are.
Am I unmuted now?
Oh, fantastic.
Shabbos,
Now you're
everybody.
good. Okay, Toby, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Shabbos.
I wrapped you up a package. I have to start with just a few, but God willing, bless me that they all get taken and mailed quick.
You want to say hi?
David!
Okay. Emunah, can you hear me?
We can hear you now. Yay!
Yay! Oh God, I'm on my cell phone, so it's a little harder to navigate around. I'm not on the tablet. You have to, in order for me to go on the tablet, you have to send me the link in email, not just on WhatsApp. Okay, so send it both ways, and I'll see what works better. But listen, you are the most amazing person I have ever met, and I give you the biggest yeshikayach for the Kol Chevra. I mean, I am so looking forward to seeing it. And you've been doing this almost 30 years. I mean, the stamina you have and the kavana you have, you're just remarkable. I am amazed I'm in awe of you. And last night, I felt like I was at your daughter Tiki's wedding. I watched the video. It gave me such nachas. I felt I was so besimcha. It was, I mean, we have to put all these old videos on so that to make them available so we can keep regenerating ourselves and kind of, keep the energy going.
And I mean, it's so important. It's a good thing. And by the way, you make one of the most best in the world chicken soups I have ever had. You said you chicken soup, and all of a sudden I was like in my head transported back to your house for Shabbos, and that's been quite a few years. But keep it going. Don't ever stop making chicken soup. But this was very cute on the Parsha. I picked my 3-year-old granddaughter up from nursery school, every day, and she gets in the car yesterday, and I said, Meravi, how was your day? What did you do today? She says, we were invited to the kindergarten. I says, oh, that's nice. What do you mean you were invited to the kindergarten? She says, the kindergarten decided they were going to be like Avraham Avinu, and they had to invite guests. So they invited the nursery kids to the kindergarten kids, and so they could be like Avraham Avinu. I says, well, did he serve you food? So she says, yeah, we had cake. It was like the cutest thing in the world. So I was thinking about some of the times when Shlomo invited guests, and I don't remember if it was Tashlich Rosh Hashanah or what the Yontov was, but the Chevra had been invited at on the shul on West 79th Street to a kiddush after davening in a houseboat down. They have the thing down by West 70 at the end of West 70 by
Daria Fain had a houseboat.
So we had to go under this like tunnel thing, underpass, in order to get there. We're all walking with Shlomo, and during the underpass there, that was like the home of all the homeless people on the Upper West Side. So I felt like I was going through their personal space, And what Shlomo did, he knew them all, and he said hello to them, and he invited them to come to Shalashudas at the shul. So you see all these people that are all scroungy and like all like homeless people, and smelly and kind of yucky, and it's not easy to be a homeless person. So then comes Shalashudas. Shlomo said to Barbara and the people who were involved with the kitchen, he says, take all the extra food from lunch and make it nice, and let's make a real nice presentation for them. And when these homeless people came into the shul, apparently they must have gone somewhere. They took a shower, they got nice clothes, they fixed their hair, they looked beautiful, and they all came and they ate a beautiful meal, and they became so dignified and so transformed. It was such a beautiful thing to see and to experience, and Shlomo gave them this respect and this kavod and this dignity. It was like incredible. I mean, like a physical and mental and psychological, spiritual transformation. And then I remember I wasn't there, but I was there for the Levaya. But the night before the Levaya, I had heard people talking that, like after midnight, all the homeless people from the Upper West Side were lined up to go in and pay respects.
Yeah.
So I mean, Shlomo's message and Shlomo's way, I mean, it was such a clear example of how what we do makes a difference in this world, And it was your inspiration telling your stories that made me remember these moments of my past. So I mean, I'm so looking forward to the Kol Chevra. And I was thinking, I had no idea what I was going to be doing for Shlomo's Yortzeit. Like I knew I wanted to do something, and I knew I wanted to with Chevra, and I wasn't quite sure. I mean, I don't have the physical kayak right now to put something together myself here on Staten Island. I mean, we did that for years, my husband and I. But this year was not a year for me to be doing that. So then I get this text from Moshe Rothkopf. No, you didn't tell me if you're coming or not.
Oh,
You
good.
have to come. So, I don't drive out of Staten Island. Baruch Hashem, I have a ride.
Thank God.
With
Thank
my
God,
holy
thank
friend
God.
Bruce Eisenberg and his son,
Oh, Baruch
So
Hashem.
yeah. So now I'm excited about going to Lakewood for Shabbos, for Shlomo's birthday, and it's Kanai it's wonderful. Like one of the brachas Shlomo gave us many, many years ago. He says, "I bless you with good friends."
Amen.
And every day I appreciate the bracha, and I'm so privileged to be able to be with you, Emunah, and everybody else, and your new little Tevra, and Roberta. Hi, I miss you.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. So we'll meet again. We'll meet again next Thursday night.
Amen, amen,
and
amen.
in the meantime, I'm
Thursday in
blessing
the
everybody.
afternoon. By us, it's 1 o'clock.
Right. You're right. And I'm blessing all of us with the best. Reb Shlomo, very powerful, a very inspiring, a very strong, you're at sight, very strong. You're at sight. A good Shabbos and a good Motzei Shabbos and a good Yortzeit. Bezrat Hashem.
Amen.
Good Shabbos, good Shabbos.
Love you so much.
Shabbos. Bye.
Love you. Love you.